G'day fellas, and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the east side of the map, playing in the colour yellow as the English. It's Liquid the Muslim. And on the west side of the map, playing in the colour pink, also as the English. It's Voldemar 1902. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dry Arabia. We are here witnessing an English mirror. We've got one player who is an established professional, somebody who's attended LAN after LAN after LAN. Liquid the Muslim plays for Team Liquid, one of the best players in the world. And today he's going to be going up against a rising star in Age of Empires 4, Voldemar the Kid 1902. This guy, he has been slowly but steadily climbing the ranks, and you know, I often talk about it because it's a bit of a success story. You know, it's something that we all want to do. Whether you're playing Age of Empires, whether you're playing other games like Dota, League of Legends, Valorant, whatever it is, you always want to try and climb, and you want to try and do that, and often you can find yourself hard stuck. I know I've got friends that, hopefully they're not watching this video, they've been bronze in League of Legends for like 7 seasons, and it's never their fault. It is, like, it's always the champions on the enemy team's fault. But anyway, you get the point, right? Like, it's actually nice to see someone who's grinding and someone who's actually getting some decent success going. So he's going to have a challenging match today. This is an English mirror. It's something that the Muslim's very comfortable with. We've casted a lot of the Muslim English mirrors before, and he's always been very, very good at them. He typically looks to try and play the late game in the English mirror, so try and get up as late as he can. Now, when it comes to the strategies that these guys are going to be pulling out, I don't exactly know which direction they're going to be going. I would suspect that they look to go into second town centers, both of them, and then look to both go for fast castles into knights, and then looking to contest relics. We could see something a little bit different. But that is, I guess I wouldn't say it's considered standard, but it's pretty standard in English matchups. The main reason is because you're not going to be able to achieve much against an English town center. An English town center is just an absolute Gatling gun. So it's probably best that you just don't even bother fighting against it, because if you do, you're just going to lose units. And yeah, it's way too hard to punish an English TC. But we do see the age ups coming through. The Muslim dropping down his a little bit earlier with 3 vills compared to his enemy, who is going to be dropping it down with 4 vills. So one of the big things to look for this game is going to be army compositions. Now, typically the English love to play a knight longbow composition. It's a really good composition, but they can always mix it up. We sometimes see meta arms as well as longbows. But I think a large part of this is going to be coming down to micro, because the longbow effectively counters the crossbow. And I say effectively, it's not necessarily effectively, it's more of a soft counter because they got longer range, so it enables them to kind of just chill on the back line away from any kind of danger. Whereas the crossbow does very well against the knights, it does well against the men-at-arms. But then obviously if you go for some sort of combination of crossbows and longbows, then the mangonel's going to hit you. So you've always got to have defense for that. So there's lots of different comps that you can play. You just got to be very careful about how you micro them and making sure that we're scouting out our enemy so that we know the appropriate units to be building. So when it comes to the sheep numbers, looks like at the moment Voldemar's done a really good job with sheep. Sheep's not going to be too relevant here in this matchup unless they are planning to play a no farm style, which is actually something that's quite common when you're going for that fast castle style of play. So this is going to help out Voldemar quite a bit. If we take a look underneath the town center for him, he's got 7 sheep at the moment and 6 herdable, 6 sheep, 6 carcasses. So the equivalent of 12 sheep under there. So he's doing pretty well. Compare that over to Muslim, and he's sitting on 4 and 2, so 6. So he's got about half the food that Voldemar's got. So Voldemar doing very well in that early game to scout out everything. But we do see the Muslim putting down his first farm. This farm going to be, or rather, first mill. I do apologize, it's quite early in the morning. I've just woken up, 6 o'clock. Thought I'd come in for a little bit of Christmas Eve casting. Why not? Come join the booth. And yeah, I mean, we've got wheelbarrow already coming through. So a little bit of a difference here. Compare that over on the other side, and there's no sign of a mill whatsoever, but we do have early aggression coming out from Voldemar. So looking to already switch things up, and a blacksmith going to be coming out very early. Blacksmith, oh my lord. Do we have a potential ram rush coming in? But, I mean, even the blacksmith's got to be for siege engineering, right? Like, there's no other reason. Now, does the Muslim scout this? Let's take a look. He's got plenty of sheep following his scout at the moment, so hopefully he'd pull this one back. And he does actually spot it out. Sees the longbows coming through. He's going to spot at least one, and we'll see the second one as well. And Voldemar could have looked to have taken out that scout. The Gatling gun allowing him to live just a little bit longer today. Back towards the base of De Muslim. He's going to be on the defensive and has already got 4 longbows out. And this is part of the reason why it's so hard to ever attack successfully an English player, especially in an English mirrors. Because you can just, oh, my enemy's attacking me. Let me just make 5 longbows in an instant. That's exactly what happens. You can see it looks like Voldemar going to be coming down around the south side here. Looking to be a little bit aggressive, maybe push on towards some villages potentially. Same time towards the north. Look at this. De Muslim going to be swinging around the top side. Looking to try and take him out. Scout does get a spot. Does get eyes on villagers. Calls it out. Where's De Muslim though? That's the question. There he is. Continues moving across the map. Going to be looking to do the same thing. But now those longbows moving in. De Muslim completely unaware. 4 shots. Boom. 4 shots. Boom. Manages to keep that village alive on what health is that? Oh my lord. Look at it. 2 health. He gets it right in there. Squeezes it in. Jeez Louise. That's a close call. Now Voldemar, once again looking to poke and prod. Let's see how De Muslim plays this and whether he also looks to go for some villager kills or whether he looks to defend. Looks like he's going to have to be pushed back over towards this west side. You can see he's thinking about throwing down a lumber camp, but he knows that there's no real point to throw down the lumber camp. And even if he wanted to, he's only got 49 wood. So it hurts. Now it looks like Voldemar trying to camp and I think, oh, gets the pick. Oh, gets a really nice pick there. Villager taken down. At the same time, a little bit of a push on the south side, and he spots out the blacksmith. That's going to probably throw a little bit of a spanner in the works for him. He's going to think, what the hell's a blacksmith? Excuse me? +1's already come through. It's that early. You just don't expect it to happen, and a longbow does go down. Expect to see Voldemar looking to pick up +1 ranged armor as well soon. Still this pressure. It's not something that you really expect, but look, he's got double broadaxe picked up as well. He's got to be careful with these villagers all the way on the edge. But more pressure coming out. Scout might go down here. Indeed it does. Going to be providing a lot of that line of sight. So without that scout, it's going to mean that these villagers should be safe. And speaking of villagers, watch out from the top rope. Voldemar going to have to fall back from there as De Muslim sets up a solid defense. De Muslim with 3 vills on gold, about 300 gold at the moment. A decent amount. And we do see it is going to be +1 ranged armor coming through for Voldemar. Continuing to defend. It's a little bit of a longbow war at the moment. The Rising Star forcing out a lot of longbows here, and he's really just happy to play 1 base. I mean, as I said, like I suspected it was just going to be 2 town centers into Fast Castle, with the 3rd being the King's Palace. How wrong I was. There are so many longbows out, and this is a little bit concerning, right? Because this is a critical mass of longbows here. And if he's able to take out these longbows down to the south, he's doing a very good job. Look at the micro coming out from Voldemar. This is how good this kid is. Very, very good. Going toe-to-toe right now, up against one of the best players in the world. Liquid De Muslim. And now the rest of these longbows are going to be moving over. We're going to try and clean this up. And once he's got longbow superiority, how does the big hippo win this? How does De Muslim win this now that there's longbow superiority? He can go for his own longbows, of course. It's going to be tough. It's going to be an uphill battle. Every fight that he takes is going to be down on upgrades. He's going to be down on longbows. So how does Voldemar look to exploit that? Still no farms coming down at the moment for the kid. Back towards the middle of the map. Now, I should actually clarify. I did read in the comments. Voldemar's not actually German. He's actually from Denmark. So I think we call those people Danish. So for anybody wondering, and I will of course leave a link to both of these guys' streams below. Obviously, De Muslim, he's from England, so he will be streaming in English. But he's actually living in Sweden though. So, but originally England. And Voldemar, apparently he's 25% German. And he calls himself German sometimes. So that's why I probably would have heard him refer to himself as German. But we see a second scout come out. Villager 1 going to go down. Down goes Villager 2. Beautiful shots. He gets some more. Look at these picks that he's getting. Just securing that slight economic advantage. 4 villagers now. And you might not think 4 villagers is a lot. But it is. It's a huge amount. Because that at this point in time, 4 villagers as a percentage of your economy is massive. That's more than 10% of your economy right there. Take a look at these numbers. 20 up against 16. So De Muslim not that far behind. It's mainly the upgrades that you've got to start worrying about. Because we've got ranged armor over for Voldemar. Ranged armor still coming through for De Muslim at this point. Still holding down the fort. The classic longbow wars. It's nice to see a little bit of a break from just like the fast castle plays that we're so used to seeing. You know, it's so typical, so common that we see these fast castle plays coming through now, especially for the English, a civilization that's very, very good at doing it. But I love the way that he's playing. He's all over the map here, really not observing just like the standard play style of the English. This kid is incredibly exciting to watch. 22 longbows now, compared to the 21 of his enemy. You can see he's got 5 in queue, so a little bit of a miss macro right there, or maybe just not even a miss macro. Maybe he's got that much resources, he can afford to queue them up. Survival techniques now coming through for him, looking to really exploit that position that he's got. Double hunts. And remember, Muslim this whole time is on farms, and farming economy is nice, but I mean, you could be on deer, and you'd be doing pretty well. Let's just put it that way. Outpost coming up. Look at this outpost from the Muslim. A little bit of a weird outpost, but I guess this is going to extend his coverage all the way up to here, which means he's going to be getting that attack speed bonus. There's that attack speed bonus coming through now. Both of the upgrades have come through. We've got 23 longbows on one side versus 27, but you can see that the numbers are starting to dwindle pretty quickly. Looks like scouts have been focused down, and Voldemar's got to be careful. He's definitely going to be having a losing battle here, and you can see just why the Muslim is so good when it comes to these English mirrors. Despite being down on the upgrades, despite being down on the numbers, despite being caught out of position down here to the south, he's still able to hold, still able to push back, and really demonstrating the power of the English here. Plenty of upgrades have come through, but it's interesting that they've mirrored upgrades. Wheelbarrow for both of them. Double broadaxe for both. Balanced projectiles. I want to say, is it balanced projectiles? Steeled arrow. Man, I always get balanced projectiles. I don't know why. There's just something in my head that's like, everything is balanced projectiles. I wake up, I'll have some balanced projectiles for breakfast. It's delicious. Get it in you. And obviously got the ranged armor as well. The iron undermesh. Come on, Drongo. Yeah, we got it. Don't worry. I need to do that test. I think you can do a test on AoE4 World of like what the names of things are. Voldemort having... Did I call him Voldemort? Voldemar having to move away from that south side. Obviously, the consequence of having invested into hunts rather than farms is that they can very easily be forced away. Outpost going to be coming down for as a defensive measure. Extra attack speed coming through for Voldemar on the defensive. And we can see he's got a little bit of a castle edge coming through here. What does he look to go? It's probably going to be the King's Palace. You'd be crazy to do anything else. But you can see how he's almost keeping parity with the longbow count despite being about to click up. Oh my lord. I apologize. It's early in the morning. I think it's 6 a.m. Let me double check. 6:37 a.m. for me. That is early on the 24th. So happy Christmas Eve to you all. I hope you guys are all doing well. Safe travels for your holidays. I don't know about you guys, but I've got some big travel ahead of me today. Going to be traveling for between 8 and 10 hours. It depends. I'm not too sure because we've got a big way to go, and we've got an electric car, so we have to charge it on the way. And I'm just not sure how many other people are going to be using the chargers because it's the day before Christmas. So I'm like, this could be bad. You know, like I've really got like a little bit of anxiety in it. So we'll have to see how we go. But speaking of seeing how we go, look at this. Look at this little hippo coming around the corner. He's going to spot out some villagers. Not going to have any luck though. And the castle edge comes through and immediately you see the stables being thrown down. Take a look at that. The stable. The first night will create such havoc here for the Muslim. The Muslim looking to get up himself, but he's going to be a little bit behind. Already 15 seconds behind, still yet to click up. Looking to round upon his opponent. Could be looking for the veterancy here. He's going to be going for +2 instead. Interesting. This is going to help out with his knights. Obviously going to help out with his longbows as well. And you can see that Voldemar's just playing it really perfectly from the pocket. There's no way that he can really be attacked. Rest in peace. You were so young, little scout. Your life was full of many great stories about all the things you saw and all the things that, well, you didn't see. But that's okay. We mourn his death. Third stable coming up. Jeez, he's got 3 stables already. Demuzla might be in a little bit of trouble here. This is... So already we've got really good production coming out from Voldemar, and this is perfect, right? Like, look at the resources that he's spending. This kid is absolutely on fire right now. I'm telling you. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. I genuinely think this guy will probably be at the next Rebel Wallalow, at the next land, whenever it happens, he's going to be there. I genuinely think it. Like, he's just improving so fast. He's getting so damn good. Monastery coming down straight away for the Muslim. Let's take a look and see in the base. Look at this. He's just completely ignoring relics. Is he going all in? Oh my god, I think he's going all in. Look at the 4 stables and he's just mass producing. He's got 100% uptime on these. This is ludicrous. 35 villagers right now on food. Handful on gold. Probably going to need a few more, that's for sure. If he wants to keep up this production. The 5th stable! Oh my god, Voldemar! How do you do it? How do you fit them in these pants? The pants are so small, but the balls are so big. This is ludicrous. And meanwhile, the Muslim's just chilling at home. He's like, I'm gonna get some relics. Relics. And then, meanwhile, Voldemar on the other side of the map is just... look, I don't want to call a game early. But when you got 33 longbows, or 32 longbows, and a monk, you're gonna need a lot more than prayer to save your day. That is for sure. Because... even just 4 knights is going to be more than enough to whack these away. Like, don't get me wrong, the Muslim's going to have a decent shot at microing this out. He's got 9 damage on these bad boys. He's getting +2 through. That'll take him up to 10. There's 6 armor. But here we go. Voldemar, he spots him out. At the same time, the Muslim's going to spot him out. And now we begin to move in. We head into the cinematic mode as the knights begin to breach on the front side. Look at the damage coming out from them already. Big charges coming off. The next knight's coming through. Remember, he's got 5 stables, pumping out knights non-stop. This English all-in is absolutely huge. The kid is coming up with new strategies. He's looking solid. He's up against one of the world's best players right now, and he's diving under the town center, the English town center. And we can see just how much damage those knights are taking. Both of them going to be falling down. The third one still alive, but does go down as well, and more knights coming in. Looks like he's looking to idle out some of the wood. The Muslim going to be falling back for the moment, and Voldemar going to be heading back to the drawing board for now as a good hold comes in from the Muslim. There's a reason why he's one of the best in the world. You can't dive to Muslim. Get out of here. What are you thinking, Voldemar? Who said that you could dive to Muslim? It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Relic gets picked up. Let's see if Voldemar spots it. He does spot it. Wallolo. I'm not going to put it on the thumbnail, but I very well could. I mean, I think the main thing that we want to be talking about this game, this one's going on the thumbnail for sure. It's these stables right here. Look at these English stables. This is 100%. I mean, I don't want to say he's inventing a new meta right now, because it's a single game that we're witnessing. You know, I'm not going to get super duper hyped up about it, but he's changing the way the game is played. And hold on, is the Muslim still, despite seeing all those knights, just still making longbowmen? You know what he could do? And I've seen this work before. In fact, I've done this before. He could use... He's taking the board down here on the south. He could use his Wallalols defensively against the knights. So I remember I played a team game with Lidicor once. And I made siege only. And the way that I held against any kind of like knights or horsemen like that was just a Wallalols. And I brought like 3 relics with me. And I was just like, oh, okay, come on. 17 nest of bees against all of your horsemen, and just like they would try to engage, and then the Wallalols would happen. But look at this, look at this, look at this. The Muslim might be in trouble right now. He was able to hold off before when there were 4 knights. Let's try again when there's 15 knights on the field right now. The Muslim might be in a little bit of trouble. His knight's going to be coming out as well. We can see just how quickly he's surrounded. Heading back towards the pavilion, trying to keep himself alive. You can see the longbows firing off on the backside. But it's all it's going to do is cause even further havoc. A scout in here as well. Look at our Crusader as he tries his best to take out the enemy villager. Does so successfully. More and more units going to be going down here. The Muslim might be in trouble. There are a lot of knights here. If you've got knight superiority, you win the game. You kill the production. You kill the villagers. There's no way he's able to hold this. This is good game. I think this is good game. The kid's going to do it. The kid's actually going to beat the Muslim right here in this game. Incredible stuff coming out from him. There's no way the Muslim can hold this. There's too many knights. He's got +2. The town centers, they don't do any damage. Look at the damage. They're barely touching these units. And all of the longbowmen get cleaned up. Villagers dying at the moment. Wallalo gonna come off, but it's not gonna matter. Voldemar holding on for dear life. And it looks like the all-in might be successful. He doesn't care about relics. He doesn't need prayer, my friend, because he has got beautiful, big, bad units. And that is incredible stuff coming out from him right now. Complete cleanup. The Muslim looking to try and hold this, but I don't reckon there's a chance. There's too many villas have gone down. How many villages have we lost this game? And there's the good game. The good game just going to get called right there. Well played by Voldemar. This kid, I'm telling you right now, watch out. This kid is on the rise, fellas. If I could invest stocks in him, I would. Fellas, go check him out. Go check out the Muslim as well. I'll leave links in the description, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.